In this video, we are going to be taking a look into Soldier 76. Soldier 76 is just a generic first-person shooter soldier. You know, your run and gun assaults like from games such as Call of Duty, Battlefield, and he has basically been put in the game for people transitioning over from those games into something a bit more strategical like Overwatch. First things first, one thing that you want to take into account with Soldier 76 is a lot of the heroes have their own options, and with Soldier 76 he is no different. Under the hero options and controls, what you want to do is you want to select Soldier 76 in the drop down menu, and then if you go to hero, this is their individual options. This is going to really help with knowing when your teammates need that heal. You know, it's always good to basically know when they're going to need the bionic field. So putting allied health bars on, I definitely recommend it. Hold to sprint, that is completely up to you really, you know. If you like to hold shift, put it on. If you like to tap toggle, then put it off. You know, that's complete preference, but this allied health bars, that's pretty vital while playing Soldier 76. I don't think it shows up on here. No, it doesn't, because oh yes it does. There we go. It'll allow me to know when they need a heal.
Get over here and heal.
So that I can drop it down and heal them up. So there is two different types of attack in Overwatch. The first one is hit scan. What hit scan is an attack that has 0 travel time, so as soon as you pull the trigger, whatever's in your crosshair, that's what's going to be hit. The second attack is a projectile. A projectile is an attack that does have travel time, so it takes its time to get to the target, which means that you kind of want to lead your shots and aim where the target is going to be, not where the target is at the time of shooting. Soldier 76's first ability is his heavy pulse rifle. That is on his left click, and it's his standard weapon. And what it is a rapid fire hit scan weapon, which, if you have good aim, you can also get extra damage for headshots. This weapon has gradient damage, so depending on how far away from the enemy you are, the more damage you'll do. So this is like 40 meters. So this is the kind of range that you want to be attacking from. This is where you're still getting full damage, and that's 35 meters away. But if you do head a bit further, as you can see, the damage is not as heavy. It's taken quite a while to take down that robot. So yeah, you want to be kind of attacking from mid-range. Like anywhere in this area is good. Like this distance away is absolutely fine. Within this range, you're getting 17 damage per shot. But if we head back to here, from this distance, every shot's only going to cause 5 damage. So it's a gradient range between 5 and 17 depending on your distance. One thing that you might want to learn with Soldier 76 is the first 4 shots of your heavy pulse rifle are completely accurate. So if you tap fire, you are going to hit the same spot every single time. So learning to burst fire with this is excellent. It means you get very little spread. You know, so getting used to that is something that you're really going to need to do. So yeah, like as you can see there, the longer you hold it down, the more the spread kicks about. The difference between that and these over distance will actually make you miss quite a few shots. Soldier 76's right click ability is his Hilux Rockets. His Helix Rockets is a projectile, so obviously it has travel time, so you want to lead your shot. And it causes 80 damage to anybody near the attack, but it causes 120 for a direct hit. So if you're not too confident with your aiming at the floor next to them is absolutely fine. It does a decent amount of damage. It's like half of Tracer's health, but if you are confident with your aim, then you can hit them full on. The cooldown on Helix Rockets is only 8 seconds, so you should be firing it off anytime you get the chance. You know, there's no point just holding on to it because it is a very good amount of damage. One thing to take into account with the Helix Rockets is you can damage yourself with it. It does only do 40 damage to you, so it's only half the damage, but like I say, doing it too close could be the end of you.
I don't play by the rules anymore.
Soldier 76's E ability is his Bionic Field. This is an AoE heal which can be used by you and your teammates. So it allows you to have that extra utility to kind of be a healer. This is why Soldier 76 is great sitting behind the front line. You know, anybody who does get injured, he can just pop. He can sprint in, drop his Bionic Field, and then sprint straight back out. Get back to mid-range and just start peppering in shots from a distance. One thing to remember with Bionic Field is it will not heal you if you do not have line of sight. You need to be able to see the actual pillar to get heals from it. Another thing that I'd like to show you, Bionic Field can be thrown down to your allies from above. So even if you don't need the heal, dropping it for someone else might be beneficial. And it is only on a 15-second cooldown, and the actual Bionic Field lasts for 5 seconds. So in theory it's on a 10-second cooldown. So using this as often as possible is a very, very good thing, and it's probably what makes Soldier 76 as good as he really is. The ability to self-heal, you know. You pop this baby down and then start firing at people, and you're going to have that survivability to last the firefight. Soldier 76's left shift ability is his generic first-person shooter soldier sprint. This allows you to move around rather quickly, and it actually makes you the fastest player in the game. So whenever you're not in combat, you should be sprinting everywhere. It just helps. Soldier 76's ultimate is the Tactical Visor. What the Tactical Visor does is, when activated, it will automatically hit, well, it's basically just an aimbot. It will automatically hit anybody in sight. But one downside to this is it will not allow you to get headshots. It'll only be body shots. So
Got you in my sights.
yes, you can take people down quickly,
Pulse munitions in the morning.
but obviously if you've got somebody like Roadhog or anybody with a big old fat head, then you particularly don't want to be using this. This is for your more mobile characters, i.e. Tracer or Genji, you know, just to be able to deal with them. Pop that and you'll be able to track their movements. So that's Soldier 76 in a nutshell. Most people think that he's just a generic hero, you know, Mr. Call of Duty, but he has one of the most complicated kits out of all of the heroes on Overwatch. Plus, his playstyle is completely different from anyone else's. So Soldier 76 is an excellent character for people coming over from the other twitchy FPS genres like Call of Duty and Battlefield and stuff like that, because he does allow you to gauge the way that the battle goes. Woo! So let's talk about Soldier 76's role within the team and his position on the battlefield. In my opinion, Soldier 76 is not an assassin or a flanker. He doesn't particularly have the escapes or the burst damage for it, and I just believe that there is better heroes that fit that role. In my opinion, he is primarily a DPS who supports the front line and forces high value targets out of the fight. Let's just get into the positioning side of things. As you can see, I have a map of Hanamura attack point A here. So let's start with the front line. In this example, we have a front line of Reinhardt, who has his shield up in the choke point, supported by May and Mercy. This front line is absolutely fine to hold that choke point. So now let's talk about the main damage of the team. We have a Tracer who is looking to get down that left flank, blinking in, protecting that large health pack, and just being disruptive in the highlighted area, looking for low health targets to pick off and just basically doing Tracer things. With the Farah flying around in this area, firing rockets into the main defense point, hoping to take out some high value targets. Now let's talk about Soldier 76's position in this situation. His position should be behind the front line in the area that I have highlighted there. In this area, he has access to both that large and small health kit, just in case he does need to top off. Good positions for Soldier here is behind the car on the right, in the building, either at the doorway or in the upstairs, and on the corner of the upper floor on the right hand side. And you should be using your sprint to move around this area to allow your vision on this highlighted red area here, and that will give you a good overlook of the main defense point. Your job in this situation is to take shots at the high value targets, get their health low enough for Farah to one-shot them with a rocket, or Tracer to kill them while they go searching for health. Some high value targets that we're talking about are your healers, your snipers, your high DPS characters, and in this map in particular, your tourbillons and the turrets that park up on the left hand side, yet all the time staying close enough where you can support the front line with your area of effect heal if it is needed. So let's move on to an example of positioning on Hanamura. Little warning for you, I'm not the best Soldier 76, but I do understand the character's gameplay mechanics. So let's go over the team comp. We nearly got a perfect team comp in my opinion. The only difference is that we had an offensive tourbillon. Tourbillon on offense isn't really going to do much for you. I don't understand why people pick him, really. What we could have used is like a Zarya in that position, or even a Mei, like I said before. But yeah, we've got the two damage dealing flankers in Genji and Reaper. We have a healer, a tank. We could have done with somebody else for the front line, and then that would have allowed us to take up our position that we wanted to just behind the front line. But with the tourbillon, obviously he would want to be in the back line, so I was forced to be a little bit more forward in this match. There is no game audio for this attack, and that's because of another key component of Soldier 76, and that's communication. I was on voice comms with Scofflaw, who is playing the Reinhardt in this example. I could have removed my own audio, but Scofflaw's couldn't actually be removed without removing all of the game audio, so that's the way that I decided to do it. But yeah, communications between Reinhardt and Soldier is particularly important, and this is what makes them a really good hero combination. Reinhardt is a big man, and most of the time I'm going to be shooting through him, so he is my eyes forwards, calling out enemy positions, allowing me to blind fire while still staying safe behind the shield. And Reinhardt can't just turn around to check what's going on behind him. And Soldier 76 has the mobility across the ground to make sure the area behind Reinhardt is safe, and in this example you will see me fail to call out an enemy who is behind the lines, and it leads to Scofflaw actually dying. As we start the attack here, we are primarily going to be sticking with the tank. A lot of players who play Soldier think because he's got a sprint, we will just sprint straight up and start DPSing that choke point, which isn't a very good idea. You know, you're leaving yourself by yourself, and if they do take you down, that's just giving them that little bit extra towards gaining their ultimate to take down all of your team. So as we come out, we are following Reinhardt. So wherever he goes, we are sticking behind him, supporting him, and just causing DPS. As he heads into the building here, we know that there's an enemy in there, so we follow up and support. He doesn't need our help. He takes down the Roadhog, which is a great boon, but this is where I fail to call out an enemy, and I will just pause it right here. I do see this Junkrat grenade come in here, but as you can see, there is a Junkrat in front of her, and I feel like that Junkrat shot the wall, and it's come back and hit Scofflaw in the back. At this point, I should have called out, alright, we've got a Junkrat behind our lines. He could have backed up to the left, got his shield up, and kept himself safe, but I did not, which is my bad. I didn't think of the possibility of two Junkrats. And as you see here, he gets taken down, so we have to back up and kind of just wait for him to come back, which does waste a little bit of time. And there we go, that Junkrat comes back down, and we eventually take him out. But yeah, Scofflaw's back now, and we once again get into just DPSing behind his shield. He's calling out targets, telling us where they are, and I'm just trying to pick away at the health so that the rest of our team can start getting a kill. We hear Fire in the Hole come out from behind the left wall, which to us, we back up, get ready for that rip tire coming through so that we can take it down. We've taken down 3 of the enemy, so we're ready to push into the point now. As Reinhardt advances forwards, I stay behind his shield, do a little bit of DPS to Sinatra that's on the point, and it allows Genji to take it down. We've decided to head off to the right. As we head into the room, Scofflaw calls out that there is a Junkrat upstairs. He's one shot, so he instructs us to chase him. I head upstairs, take him down, and Scofflaw follows. We see that our team pretty much already has the capture of point A, so me and Scofflaw decide to cut off the channel that is at the bottom of the stairs, stopping the enemy from coming through. As we come down the stairs, we take out the concussion mine, and a soldier comes running into the room, takes a Helix rocket right to the face, and there we go. We have a clean capture of point A on Hanamura. I'm not going to show you all of capture point B. It took a lot longer than it did capture point A, but I'm going to show you a few little key moments in the attack that highlights a few little things that Soldier 76 does well. So first of all, we are going to show how to deal with a Bastion while Soldier 76. His Helix rocket is absolutely brilliant for it, and he has the advantage over Bastion distance-wise. He can pinpoint accurate shot Bastion from quite a distance where Bastion struggles to hit him consistently over large areas. As you can see from this example, I am just tap shooting Bastion, taking his health down, which allows Tracer to come in and wipe 2 people. But the team makes a vital mistake, which a lot of teams do make. We kill 3 of the enemy team and we don't actually push in onto the point. We back off, head down the right flank, and as you see, I activate my ult. I take 2 people out on the right side, but with the tranquility in the middle, I fail to see the Bastion coming back from the spawn room, setting up, and I actually end up with my first death in this attack. So this example is just of basic communication. Scofflaw's tells us that he wants to head down the lower right channel, and I want to go and support him. So I tell him, alright, okay, bring your shield back, allow us past. He tells us he's got to wait for it to charge, so I stay safe, just popping in shots at the point. He comes back out, puts his shield up straight away, I get through, and then my job is to tell him that I'm through, because he can't turn around and see where I'm moving. So my job is to tell him that I'm through, it's fine for him to withdraw and head down with us. And that slight communication nearly allows us to take the point. We end up with 4 people down that lower right channel. That's Zenyatta, Reinhardt, myself, and Torbjorn follows in behind. Plus we also have a Genji attacking the left side as well. I kill the soldier on the far end with a Helix rocket. Realise that Scofflaw's low on health, pop down my AoE heal, tell him to back up a little so that he can get some healing, and then all of a sudden, Junkrat, Fire in the Hole, comes from the left side. And you will see here that the late tranquility could have saved the team, but we ended up losing the point.